Millions of people are being faced with this screen right here when they turn their computer on, and it's all because of something that they had no idea was enabled to start with. BitLocker used to only enable itself if you sign in with a Microsoft account, but now it's even happening on local accounts too. In fact, your drive is being encrypted while Windows is being installed. Stay tuned. So here's the thing, I've been complaining about this issue for a while, but it's recently gotten even worse. You know, it was usually understood that as long as you didn't use a Microsoft account during the out-of-box experience, you don't have to worry about the automatic BitLocker encryption. But starting with 24H2, even local accounts have BitLocker enabled. So if you bypass the Microsoft account requirements, your drive still gets encrypted. So that's what we're talking about today. And I'm going to show you how to fix your system if you get stuck in BitLocker recovery. But first, I got to pay some bills. So check out today's sponsor. Are you still running Windows 11 unactivated because the license just costs too much? Then you should check out today's sponsor, VIP SCD Key, where you can get a valid Windows 11 license for around $20. Stop dealing with that stupid watermark and actually be able to change your desktop background with a valid license for Windows 11. Just go to the link in the description below and pick up a valid Windows 11 license key. During checkout, use the code CYBERCPU for a 25% discount. Once you have your key, go to your activation settings in Windows 11 and click the link that says Change Product Key. Enter the product key you just purchased and hit Activate. Now you don't have to deal with that stupid watermark. And check out the description for deals on not just Windows, but Office too. Now, on with the video. So here's the thing, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't encrypt your data. If you want to encrypt your data, then do it. BitLocker works well for that. No, what I'm talking about is Microsoft automatically encrypting your drive without your knowledge. Because this has been a common issue with Windows 11 since it was released in 2021. But there was always a specific criteria associated with it. For one, it only happened during a fresh install, and you had to be signing in to a Microsoft account. So that means if you just upgraded your system from Windows 10, then it wouldn't automatically encrypt your drive. Even if you signed in with a Microsoft account later on, it would still not automatically encrypt your drive. In fact, it was pretty common knowledge that the way that you could avoid this is simply by using a workaround to the Microsoft account requirements. Because if you sign in with a Microsoft account on a fresh install, and then as soon as you were done, you went ahead and converted that account to a local account, it was too late. Your drive's already encrypted. But what's worse is the key is stored in that temporary Microsoft account that you just set up. Hope you remembered the password. Or rather, I hope you will remember that password in like 3 years from now when you get locked out of your computer. Because the problem is, everything has changed as of 24H2. Now, even if you're using a local account, your data is encrypted with BitLocker. The only difference is that local accounts, BitLocker uses a clear key. It's essentially kind of a staging mode. I mean, BitLocker is enabled, but the key is just kind of hidden under the welcome mat instead of being uploaded to your Microsoft account. But as soon as you sign into a Microsoft account, it locks the door and then uploads the key. Now, a lot of people are going to ask why this even matters. Isn't it a good thing to have your data encrypted? Yes, it is, but the encryption isn't the problem. You see, Microsoft has had several Windows Update issues that would lead to the BitLocker recovery screen. The latest one was or at least with the most recent update, luckily only really affected enterprise systems. But this hasn't always been the case, because these issues have often affected home users as well. And what's even worse is that Windows Update now takes it upon itself to update your BIOS, which is a whole nother issue altogether. I mean, it's never been more dangerous to lose power during a Windows Update. But that's the whole thing. It's not just a power outage that you have to worry about now during a BIOS update, because oftentimes a BIOS update will trigger the BitLocker recovery screen. I mean, that's the most common reason why I've experienced this with my own customers. But luckily, in most cases, I've been able to access their Microsoft account to get their recovery key. But in several, I was simply unable to. And without the recovery key, your data is basically gone. But here's the thing. Ultimately, in every single instance, the person I'm helping didn't even know what BitLocker was. They didn't enable it. Microsoft did it without so much as asking them if they could. So, if this happens to you, let me show you how to get back on your system. Let's jump on the computer real quick. So here we are in Windows 10. This is actually not the system that we're going to be using today. Instead, we're going to be using a Windows 11 VM. But first, we need to actually break it. So to do that, I'm going to go into settings here. And then from settings, I'm going to go into system and I'm just going to turn off TPM. The TPM is typically what holds the BitLocker recovery key for you. So you don't have to enter it every single time you boot your computer. So by turning it off, it'll need the key. So we're going to go ahead and start this up real quick. It's going to take a second and it'll give us the BitLocker recovery key. And as you can see, there it is. So what we're going to use with this key right here is obviously you're going to need another computer in order to enter this key. So let me show you how to do it. All you're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up our browser here and we're just going to search for Microsoft account. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and click on our Microsoft account link. We're going to click sign in. All you have to do is enter the email address that you used when you set up the account. That's the one that a lot of people get stuck on. And then enter your password. And then for me, I'm going to go ahead and enter that real quick. Go ahead and hit enter. And then you should have access to your Microsoft account. Go ahead and I'm going to hit no to stay signed in. And then once you get into your Microsoft account, you're going to see right on the side right here where it says devices. Go ahead and click on devices. And then you want to click on the device in question itself. So that's going to be my virtual machine right here. I'm going to go ahead and click here. And then you're going to need BitLocker data protection. This is where your recovery keys are. So you're going to go ahead and click on that. And in this case, sometimes it makes you verify your account and sometimes it doesn't. I've kind of found it kind of weird how it does that. Now, I'm going to leave my key in plain text here because it doesn't matter whether you see it or not. Because by the time you see this video, this virtual machine's not going to exist anymore. So this recovery key is going to be completely worthless to you anyway. So essentially what you're going to want to do is you want to copy that key into this slot right here. So to do that, you essentially just start typing. However, if you've sat there for a specific period of time, I don't know what that period of time is, it stops working and it stops taking input. So what you may have to do is you may have to actually reset your machine itself. So I'm going to go ahead and hit reset here, get back to the BitLocker recovery screen, and essentially we want to copy this code right here into this little prompt. So we're going to go 052. And it is ridiculously long for a reason because, you know, this is the only way to really make it secure. You're not going to guess this number with just a random number generator for sure. But it is a little ridiculously long though, isn't it? It's even worse, honestly, if you're doing this on different devices. Like if you're looking it up on your phone while you're trying to enter it in on the computer, it can make it a little bit more difficult. And then once you do that, go ahead and hit enter, and it should boot Windows normally at that point. Now, at this point, your system should boot up fine from this point forward, at least until the next time update messes up BitLocker, or there's another BIOS update for your system. And if you would rather just avoid this from ever happening again, let me just show you how to turn off BitLocker. Let's do it. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to sign in to your Microsoft account here. And then once you sign in, we're going to want to go to settings right here. Now you can get to settings. I got it on my desktop here, but you can also get to it from your start menu as well. So we're going to go ahead and open settings. We're going to click on privacy and security. From there, we're going to click on device encryption. And then all we have to do is this line right here where it says device encryption, turn that off. Hit the turn off button, and then it's going to go through the decryption process. This is going to take a little bit of time. So go ahead and be patient with it because at least your computer won't break again after doing this. But it's still going to take a minute to finish. So at this point, BitLocker should stay off. But with that said, it might be a good idea to switch from your Microsoft account to a local account, you know, just in case. But ultimately, I've said this many times, but BitLocker is responsible for more data loss than any issue I've ever experienced as a tech. At least with a bad hard drive, you can send it to data recovery. With BitLocker, you're just screwed. Now, with that said though, I still think BitLocker is a valuable feature in Windows. But as long as Microsoft enables it without the knowledge of the user, it's no better than ransomware. But at least with ransomware, they give you the option to pay for your data back. But with that said, even if you use drive encryption, it's still a great idea to have a backup of your data. In fact, if you use hard drive encryption, it's even more important to have a backup of your data for cases just like this. Unfortunately, everybody that I've helped with a BitLocker problem who I wasn't able to recover data for also didn't have a backup. Here's the thing. The one thing that will make you serious about backing up your data is losing all your data. So why not get serious about backing up before you lose it? If that sounds like a plan to you, then check out this video here where I show you how to back up a Windows 11 system. If you have any issue in the future, it'll probably be the most important thing you've ever done. But as always, you guys have a great day.